making history at CECC. And there it is! Both players online and Dip will take it home.
What a game.
Take a victory lap, take a bow, and take the headsets off and start to yell.
Welcome, everyone. Thank you for being here. It's Valorant. It's Tuesday night. We're here. My name is 4Y4. That is Shibby. Here with some ECAC action. The Elite Division. Two teams mired in the thick of it, trying to secure their playoff spot before the split comes to an end. Fisher versus Penn State Behrend. Shibby, how we doing, my friend?
Doing good. I know it's a Tuesday night for you guys, but the sunlight, I'm in the West Coast. The sunlight is shining onto me in glorious fashion. The rays of the sun are illuminating my skin, and we've got an insane matchup, I would say, right? We're deep into, I would say, the elite group for the ECAC, and these guys only have a couple more weeks to really solidify their standings and kind of prove to the collegiate VAL scene that, hey, we're legit, we deserve to be here. And I think the stakes are just a little bit higher for Penn State Behrend.
Yeah, well, and like you said, Penn State Behrend, they come into this match 2-2, whereas Fisher Rising A, Fisher's got they're all over the place in esports, but this specific team, Fisher Rising A, even their like you know a lot more about their actual CVAL team than I do, but there's a storied program. They're sitting at 3-1, so like you said, pressure a little bit more on for Penn State Behrend, and that the group that they're in very very tight. And Fisher, they've done a little giant slaying as well. Taking down some of the top teams in the group, handed the only other 3-1 team their only loss of the split. And it should be a good one. Like you said, stakes should be high. And we got a pool that might even leave us some sunset. Should we get into game 3? Is that what I heard off air?
Oh, yeah, I think that map pool is going to be very interesting. Really, really cool. I've been having a lot of fun watching VCT, all the different regions kind of play through these maps. Lotus, I know relatively what we're going to get. Ascent, literally CVAL's favorite map across all of Collegiate, one of the most played, one of the most boring in my opinion, but we have been seeing a little bit of the spicier compositions if you go across overseas into APAC and stuff like that. So I'm hoping that these guys, these collegiate VAL students have been doing the same homework I've been doing, and maybe we'll spice it up on some of these maps. I'm hoping for Sunset. Really cool map, really cool composition. We've seen double initiator, double duelist. Sometimes we've seen no duelist, right? Very, very open-ended map here as we are going to get into the agent picks here. And Fisher, we talked about how storied that program is and across all of esports, right? League of Legends, Rocket League, Super Smash Brothers, Valorant. I mean, they are just the premier program for Massachusetts here. And talk a little bit more about that group just to understand how competitive it is. There is a three-way tie for fourth and a two-way tie for second. There's only one game separating second, third, and fourth place right now. I mean, it's a tight group, right? You've got Columbia College sitting at the top of their mountain, but the rest
they're
of the
kind
group,
of steamrolling the group. Yeah.
Yeah, and just a little bit, but we're talking about Fisher, we're talking about Behrend here, and we see some of these agents getting locked in here. Sky taking quite a bit of nerfs the last couple of patches, but she's still very, very good. If you're a good Sky player, you can still make it work, right? The flash nerfs, the dog nerfs, doesn't matter. It only, in my opinion, really affected those kind of pseudo Sky players, the ones that dabbled a little bit, right? That's where they don't really understand the timings and stuff like that. So I'm excited for Fisher. They're running the double initiator here. That's very interesting, and they're going to go with the solo duelist on this map.
Yeah, it's just going to be Isaiah there on the Rays. And like you said, those Sky nerfs, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw it over the course of this best of 3. Like you said, she took a lot of nerfs. That seemed to be kind of the story of the offseason as far as those changes are concerned. And, you talk to some of the pro players, they would tell you, no, this champ is dead or this agent is dead. No shot. But like you said, in the right hands can be really, really deadly still. In we go to Lotus immediately. And like you said, Shibby, it's a little bit of spice in the comps. Do you think that has any bearing on this map specifically? Or is it just, look, it's CVAL. We've got, players that have their comfort picks, their individual expression over what the capital M meta might dictate?
Yeah, I think right now for Lotus, the meta that is that double smokes that we've been seeing, right? The Viper Omen is so crucial because it's such a big map, because there's 3 bomb sites that you can go to. The best thing that we've been seeing out of this double controller meta, or at least on some of the maps, and the thing I love, is that you can get real mind gaming with it, right? The IGLing, these are where the big brains of CVAL kind of shine, right? Because you can throw a Viper wall one way, fake molly this way, right? Or throw a molly out, bait some util out, and then you know what? We're going straight into B, or we're going straight into another point in the point on the map here with the Omen, right? With the reusable smoke. So I'm kind of surprised we do see Penn State drifting towards that double smoke composition here. The single smoke for Fisher kind of indicates to me that they're going to go for some really, really fast execs, right? You've got double initiator, single smoke as we get right into the round.
Puff going to be on that breach. A kind of tier 2 initiator, I'd say, as far as the pro meta is concerned, and the meta at the higher levels. But you bring up the point about those reusable smokes here, as that one going to go down here, looking towards A. Like you said, a little bit easier on offense, these 3-point maps. Defense, like you said, you gotta really play patiently. We really on both sides on these 3-point maps. You see the door being activated there, so some clues being given to Fisher on defense as that Viper wall goes down about where Penn State Behrend could be heading.
Yeah, and you see some of the space kind of being limited from Fisher right now, right? They're closing in, they're limiting the space that Penn State is allowed to play in, but Isaiah has found some information. He's got to get out of dodge.
Yeah, Bomb Buddy out, and you see they're pushing through that choke point, the breach ability coming through. Peeking Peeking over, the Ghost not going to do enough there. Gets 1, gets 2. How about Asher? Asher with the 4. He's got the 5. Almost able to tag him, but Fun will take him down. But what an advantage here. What a defensive play from Fisher.
Fisher just using all that information, funneling Penn State into this tight little room here, and Asher just goes to work, right? Headshot after headshot after headshot. Picks up a nice little 4K, and fortunately, Fun, I don't think he's going to be able to do this. He's 3 HP, and he just gets taken down by the KJ turret. Yeah, look, you're so low. You try to get the plant down. That's as much as you can do there, but really well played from Fisher there. Just kind of a monster hero performance from Asher, right?
And he's going to reward himself with a Bulldog heavy armor, so not quite a capital F full buy here, but you see on the other side, Fun and company opting to take the econ route one more time here and going to really gear up for the 3rd point. We'll see how they want to approach this one, but you see similar sorts of, I mean, the pings are coming down here for B, so we'll see how they want to attack it.
Yeah, they want to do something here. I think just a full rush here, fast exec with your pistols is the move right now. You're not going to win these long, elongated fights, right? Just go in, get the bomb down, get some money, and hope to take some of these rifles, some of these guns that they've bought off of Fisher here as you see them backing off, and I think Fisher's going to opt in for the retake potentially, or no. Wow, Penn State are actually just doing a double take, and they're going all the way over to C.
Really good pivoting. Like you said, really fast, incisive moves here from Penn State. The Nittany Lions of Behrend going right towards C, looking for that retake initially. Fun. Going to start planting Super Tai Tai, killing his counterpart. So far, Fisher looking a lot better for it. Brado making it work with the Stinger.
Okay.
Puff going to get it down. Asher able to get the defuse off. And again, the econ wins out. Fisher commanding 2-0 lead here. But now, this latest clean here, Penn State going to have a nice, much better loadout to tackle Fisher with. Shibby, it's looking a little rough here. Look, a more mind-gamey plant, like you said, and the hard B rush, yes, with pistols. And like you said, you're kind of playing for scraps at that point. So go for broke. And I like the idea, right? Hard pivot B, or hard into B, pivot into C at the last second. And you saw the vision there.
Yeah, and I love that they were just so, like you said, snap, quick decision, decisive there from B to C and just get that bomb down. But Copy has a little surprise for Penn State here. They do not want to be where this guy is at the moment, because if she finds out that they're going to run through B with these fast execs, that Odin is just going to rip through them like butter. As we see Penn State kind of angling towards this C bomb site here. We do see the KJ anchoring for Penn State, just trying not to give up too much position. But Fisher, once again, look how they're kind of slowly but surely moving on in, kind of taking the amount of space that Penn State has to work with and reducing it, right? They're closing in on them just a little bit, and this is what makes Penn State's composition a little bit more limited, right? They kind of have to commit once they're found out, right? Once all these util is broken, once that smoke is in, now they have to pivot, and they have less space to work with.
The smokes have come down, like you said. The Viper Wall is offering some cover should they go to A, but holding fast there are the Fisher players. In Fisher College, the Gathering Storm, like you said, you could see the line of scrimmage, if you will, just encroaching just a little bit. You can see just how much util they're getting out of the sky. It's been razor sharp in the first 2 rounds, and now the commit is on towards C. Brado wrapped up in a smoke here. Nick, as well as... Oh, gets 1 there. Very nicely done. Panda going to take down Braden, but Puff is going to start the plant here. Brado down. And there's that Omen, like you said, just ripping right through. Just send the bullets through the smoke. Find what you may. 5v3. Nick gets another one. Sky Util going out in Penn State with their first real foothold on a point all series long. Fun. Able to get another one with the wall bang. They might be back in this one. Copy taken down. Season playing from all angles. Penn State not content to just get the plant down. They've spread out and retake and re-grab a couple kills. 2-1. They're on the board.
That was such a nice plant from Penn State, right? You talked about it. You mentioned it. How much utility they're getting out of Fisher College. And I would have loved to see them kind of encroach more on the space, right? You said they were slowly moving the line of scrimmage. When you're at a rifle disadvantage, when you're at, in my opinion, a gun disadvantage, you want to try to limit the amount of long, drawn fights you can take, like those huge one-tap potentials. If you have an SMG, if you have these kind of lesser weapons, encroaching on the space, making them take short angles is the move here, as Fisher College is going to full nearly buy up on rifles. I think I did see one. Yeah, Copy bought that Odin, but more than happy to get a kill with that Sheriff. I gotta let you know, 4x4, CVAL is filled with Sheriff demons, by the way. These guys are in aim labs 24/7 just sheriffing people. Like, CVAL can out-sheriff VCT. You heard it here first.
Clip it and ship it, folks. If you want that one, that's at ShibbyCasts with 2 B's. But no, very, very nicely done. And Copy, yeah, just taking names here. Not content, just use the utilities. More than just a pretty face. The Sheriff aim is true. Looking for a slow take here are Penn State. They're down 1 member, but still have plenty of controllers. But again, like you talked about, on offense, this composition really going to struggle with the single duelist.
Yeah, and losing Raze so early, that entry that you need, that's so crucial, and clearing out the site and saying, hey, you know what, I'm going to be here, I'm a problem. Even if you do deal with me, the rest of my team is going to trade me. I feel like this Omen kind of has to now swap over to this like secondary entry, right? You smoke in, you use one of your teleports into your smoke, and you try to just cause some chaos, wreak some havoc right into Fisher College and kind of make them second guesses. They are going to go for an initiate, but you see how kind of lifeless it is at the moment?
Hang on a second here. Pareto gets one. The blinds traded right back and forth between the smoke, or between the Raze and the breach, excuse me. Like planted or just a fake and season with the Odin. Perfectly content to rip through. Walls be damned. Structures be damned. They're going to do it the old-fashioned way.
And unfortunately for Penn State, they just don't have enough time to plant that bomb. You saw how lifeless kind of that execute looked, right? They just kind of walked in, they threw some of their utility down, but realistically, Fisher College was in perfect position to kind of stuff that entry out almost immediately. If that's followed up with a Raze first, oh, it gets so much more explosive. Probably Fisher College lose that. They get the bomb site down for Penn State, and they can play this site defense really, really easily. But Fisher College, really nice pick from Fun onto the Raze there, and they're going to maybe try for A here. But this Viper wall is just so disgusting, right? It splits this kind of offense in half, and if you walk through it, you get tagged, you are vulnerable, and it becomes that much easier to die here. Yeah, they have almost full control of this A site with the Raze, with the Viper. Good luck, Penn State, trying to attack this.
And again, you see the potential. Like you said, once you go forward, you've kind of got to commit. That wall from the Viper is about as soft a commit as you can get here. Blinds traded back and forth again from the breach. Very nicely done. Showstopper, Isaiah getting 2 here. And now Penn State in a really tough spot. They've got their utils down, but backing away from that A site. And you see just with the phase abilities as well, or excuse me, with these sky abilities going out, Fisher rather, not content to just play defense. They are trying to force Penn State into a certain spot here, and they are laying down the law on A, forcing a wide rotation there on to C, led by the Viper, led by Fun. You've got Breach, you've got some initiation here, and you've got a Killjoy with an Omen, and only one thought on her mind, and that is blood, but Supatai traded back by Season with that Odin. That's crucial, still got that big wall bang potential. The last of the util is going to go down here from Puff. I don't know how much they've got left here. Gonna rip the plant the whole way, and now hang on a second here. Penn State. See if they can cover here. Asher will take down Season with the wall bang, and now it's a 3v1. It's Puff versus the world, able to grab one, but taken down by Asher. Very nice pincer executed by Fisher. They'll get the defuse, no problem.
Kind of surprising, though, that Penn State was even allowed to kind of plant there, right? It was a 3v5 for them. They didn't really have their duelist there. They didn't have the Razor to kind of get onto site, but somehow, some way, they burned some utility there. I thought Fisher was kind of corralling them to the C bomb site a little bit. You saw the aggressiveness that they had towards Isaiah, just getting a 2-piece for himself. I thought they would stack C a little bit more because, like, you're not going to go back to that area. You know Isaiah has control of it. You know the Viper wall's there. Omen ended up getting a kill there, or in this case, Supa, but the rest of that site kind of collapsed because they only had 2 people. Good retake from Fisher College. Penn State, yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm very surprised they got the plant. They got some money down, but they are looking a little worse for wear economy-wise.
But ultimate-wise, they've got a 3-1 advantage here. Fault line goes out again. You see just the utilities, the blinds especially, traded pretty much immediately. They're going to pop the big door. There's Fisher, Looker, Penn State rather. Deciding between A and B how they're going to play this. The Omen smokes are down, making this a little bit tougher. It's really just the Sky there on that B side, taking down that turret again. So you got a little bit more information, but still 2 bodies from Penn State.
Copy.
This Copy gonna get one, almost gets the other. You saw the crosshairs lined up, and the Sheriff Demons of CVAL strike again. Brado gonna take one back. It's a 3v4 now. Fisher still in control here. And again, Penn State, I'm not sure if they know B's pretty much open. It's just a fade there.
Yeah, it's just so hard for them to push up. These smokes that Fisher College have been putting down, right, are just leaving no room for Penn State to kind of push in, right? You don't want to go through there, come out, and there's 3 members of Fisher College right there looking at the smoke there. You don't really have a flash as well, as you kind of lost a lot of your ability to kind of break through the site. You still have your initiator here with the breach, but it's a 3v4. Your weapons are down right now. I think they're able to get one back potentially, but other than that, Fisher College have just maintained control of Lotus so far, right? They haven't really allowed for too many shenanigans. Yeah, they've let the bomb go down here a couple times, but realistically, they've never been in a situation where they are panicking, where it's them kind of making the snap decisions and stuff like that. It's always on Penn State, and there's a lot of room for error here.
Isaiah gonna throw the paint grenade down. Bomb Buddy is next.
Oh.
And Asher, just out of nowhere, immediately rips through Penn State. How about Asher on this fade, man? Making it work with the Prowler. Had the Nightfall available. That's still in his arsenal. But give this man a Vandal and a couple of targets, and he will take them down.
Yeah, I mean, just really, really clean play, right? The nade setup into Asher, peeking with the nade so that when they move, you can set them up for the multi-kill. I mean, Fisher are just playing like a well-oiled machine. And I was going to say they should probably start calling for that timeout on Penn State side. It just feels like nothing's working. I think you try A. You don't just not go here, right? If you're Penn State, you can't just say, "Oh, we're on a 3 bomb site map. We're only gonna go BC because there is a raise nade and there is a Viper wall." You can bait out util. You can use some of your flashes, your breach utility to kind of force them out of the prototypical spots here. But the fact that they're not trying, they're not even attempting, is an issue for me.
Well, like you said, that breach util, that's what I'm thinking of especially. The Rolling Thunder, I think, is up. Actually, might want to double check that. But look, I've actually been impressed with how Puff is using it, right? So often, right, breach, he's great at fighting in close corners, right? You throw the flashpoint out, you swing peaks very, very well. But the range that this agent has is actually, it's a lot more than kind of meets the eye initially, right? There was one play, even on that last push. Yes, it didn't go too hot, but throwing out the aftershock, you can throw that out from very, very long range, used to clear out certain sites. Like you said, this Viper wall kind of splits the map in half. How do you use that to your advantage is a bit of a different question, but I think the tools are all there.
Yeah, and I've been really interested with the fault line usage as well. I really want to understand where he's throwing it to kind of remove Isaiah from these typical spots. As you see the nade, and they're actually going to try A here. Nick swings out. Isaiah, though. All
right, Panda traded right back. Isaiah gets one and goes down. Panda, again, playing around this wall very nicely, leaving Omen with his ankles dusted. Asher down. Now, they know the jig is up here, but Panda gets the third one of the round. He's still up. Make it 2 for Super Tai Tai. Bomb site, maybe not. We're just going to do it the old-fashioned way. 2v2. Penn State going to rotate here and sending Panda up through that B site. Killjoy going the traditional route. Turret, I think, was already taken down. Usually there's one right there. Yeah,
it was already taken out, and they're going to rotate over to B here. Season has a pretty good opportunity to play the site defense. He's got pretty much all of his util available other than the turret. This lockdown could provide very crucial for just getting this round win, and this is a crucial round win for them, right? This is Penn State's like second gun round. Realistically, they've kind of been on the economic low here. The downturn is we see
Brado with 2 immediately throws the lockdown down and grabs 2 points back. Fisher strike. When Penn State gave them an inch, they took a mile.
Yeah, and I was wondering if Brado ended up having that ultimate available. I love that spot, too. You can throw that lockdown in. It covers pretty much all of B bomb site. I was expecting Season to try to kind of counter lockdown, right? That's typically what we see the answer to. But instead, they made a snap decision. They said, hey, we're going to rush this KJ down. We're going to take the lockdown out. Instead, Fisher College there and ready. Supa and Brado playing together. The terrible twosome here, just winning that round out for them.
Yeah, and you're really starting to see, yeah, Asher and Brado, they are now, again, within the economic situation, just getting worse. Right?
Oh, look at Isaiah.
Penn State, oh my goodness. Panda able to pop Isaiah. Got a little too big for his britches there. Went a little too far forward. But again, it's looking like the play is A. You saw the modicum of success it did have. You saw the vision initially. But Asher gonna back off here and play the range with Copy on the sky. Wall broken there. Bullets going through. And Puff, again, his util gonna be key to be the follow-up here. You've got 2 initiators, or rather, it's just really the 1 initiator. The 1 duelist does make his comp a little more narrow. KJ looking to find a spot towards B.
They've cut noise. Yeah, and it's really important because the double controller, as I say, that fun goes down, but I really want them to cut noise and use that double controller composition. I talked about how big brain you can get, right? 4x4, how you can kind of move back and forth. It seems like they're more than likely just kind of hard committing here, which is a little odd considering they have that double double smoke. Supa, though, gets a nice tap on the Nick.
Supa takes down Nick. The Nightfall goes out. Finally, that phase ult being used. Copy gets another one. Gonna throw down that Hawk. Doesn't care about the Sky nerfs. Bob Spike is down and gets the 2v1, but not gonna come out on top here. Now Season brings one back. Panda! It's a 1v1 now. It's Panda! 4K for Panda! Gives Penn State a huge way back into this game, Shibby.
He might not be a Grizzly, he might not be a Polar, but damn does he play like an animal, 4x4. Holy Panda just coming in clutch that round. Massive, massive win for Penn State. I mean, they needed that round. They really needed that because they were on the ropes with their economy. They needed that rifle round. They really need to get the bomb down. Very, very well played from Panda. Just isolating and tapping 1, 2, 3. Very, very nice.
Ice in his veins. Cool, cool play from the Penn State Behrend Omen player here. Again, the spike left behind. But again, if nothing else, feigning A. Penn State, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. 3 sites, you get a little cheeky. 2 turrets down between C and B.
Ooh, I like this. This is really nice fun. Just kind of making and keeping Fisher honest, right? Saying, hey, we've got presence on C, we've got presence on A, and I don't know if they're tuned in 4x4, but I talked about how they need to attack A a little bit, how they need to use this double controller that they have to kind of go back and forth between the sites, and they're pulling Fisher apart a little bit, right? You see in the back on the defensive side, they are just ping-ponging from different sites, not really sure where Penn State's really going to be.
Copy trades one back. Fun able to avenge his fallen teammate. And again, still got pressure on multiple points here. But opting to rotate now towards B here with the presence they established towards A. Nick's got the showstopper. Going to throw it out into the smoke. Not going to find any bodies. Still a 4v4. Panda picks up the spike and now rotating towards B where all the blood is being shed.
One has ulti. He's got the Viper's pit ready, and they're just going to drop it here. That's going to make it really hard for Fisher. You wish you had that Nightfall available this round. You do have Supa's ultimate here, just to maybe spot out potentially where Fun is hiding, but it's rough. Let's see how they do this retake.
Brado fears God nor man, but he better fear Fun. He takes him down. Penn State on the 3v2. That Viper's pit out, like you said, Shibby. Whether it's the lockdown or the Viper's pit, this bomb site isn't that big. So much value being had out of this ultimate. You see the health bar so low. Puff ready to rip the fault line. It's Asher. Supatai behind the Viper's pit. Man, it's just a matter of time before these two teams fight each other. And Supatai actually able to get one here. And now Penn State on the ropes a little bit. Panda gets one. It's going to come down to this with the Sheriff. Oh, he tried to get cheeky. Went up into the air. But before he came back down, Puff put one in his chest.
Yeah, and that Viper's pit just stalling so much time. You saw the panic, and we talked about Fisher pretty much having control across the map the last couple of rounds, but now they've been put in positions where they've got to make the snap decisions. They've got to be quick, and sometimes you don't clear the right corner. You don't really, use the right utility on the right angles, and it gets a little sloppy here. Supa got a nice kill onto Fun, just wasn't expecting more members to be playing on that B main area for Penn State, and right now it was, 5-0 at one point for I4? Yep. Penn State have picked themselves a nice couple rounds here and have started swinging the momentum just a little bit in their favor, both game-wise and economy.
No, absolutely. Nick able to immediately take down Coffee, and the pressure continues. How about
Oh,
two back? But
Isaiah.
Isaiah trades it right back. Isaiah with the 3-banger and gets it back to 2-2. Panda gonna take down Asher. But Shibby, it seems like Penn State have found a rhythm. We talked about Panda. Man, he's feeling himself. Playing like a Grizzly, like you said. Now, with the spike left behind here, and the util from Puff, the initiation here. One controller, one initiator against Isaiah, but he's been feeling himself this game as the showstopper in these tight quarters with the smoke down. We've seen a couple of these blind old Shibby. Does he rip it right now? Panda gets the plan down. He's going to go through the smoke, take the man's way in, but Puff will make him pay. Penn State with yet another point.
Yeah, and that was a risky ultimate coming out from Isaiah there, right? Because he was 45 HP, throws the showstopper in. Yeah, you get one, but you have to kind of find out where the other one's playing. Really nice trade from Puff, but Penn State kind of off the back of Panda right now. Nick might not be having a game, but I mean, the controller, the Omen, just kind of popping off here.
Well, and something I was going to say is they seem to be finding a bit of a rhythm, right? You talked about it, and I think you hit the nail right on the head, was that the first couple pushes where it was like 5-0, 5-1 in favor of Fisher, lifeless was the term you used, and it seemed very hesitant, right? And patient is another word for it. We can't really see kind of what the comms are, but oh my goodness, Panda, stop it. He is on fire, takes down Copy, and Copy, he's been getting hit first time kind of these last few rounds. Correlation doesn't mean causation, but we talked about how much value they were getting out of the sky util in those first few rounds. They haven't had that for a few rounds now. Asher with the long play there. Offense is defense for Fisher. Now the lockdown coming in, forcing a retreat. A little bit out of Fisher. They're closing in here. They've completely abandoned A, working through B. They know that the noise is at C. With that ultimate down, Season planting 4v4. Penn State try to keep the momentum going here.
I was going to use that ultimate just to scout out where the rest of, Penn State is playing right now. And this retake from Fisher has to be clinical, has to be surgical. I don't know if they want to drop another round here, but Isaiah drops. Season takes him down. Now it's 4v3. Fisher College losing one of their big players. Can Super and the rest of the crew kind of clutch it out here? Look where PSP is playing right now. It's so hard to push them.
They've got every single one of these angles covered, just peeking one at a time. Well, Brado, that's going to be enough here. Wait, two. Nick and Fun both go down. He says your peaks and your points and your vision can all take a hike. Every single angle was covered, Shibby, and they just win aim duels. They just click some heads. Oh, my goodness.
They didn't have enough time. PSP stall out long enough. Fisher College don't have the time. They get the kills. They mark it on the ledger. But unfortunately, they cannot get the bomb defusal or the spike defusal here. Penn State are looking at a tie game at the half, potentially.
And if you're looking at the econ, right, the creds for both of these teams, there's a lot riding on this round because you send your opponent back to the Dark Ages, right, at such a crucial point. And then with the switch coming up later, right, in what, 2 or 3 rounds, the winner of this round is essentially relegating their opponent to back-to-back really rough rounds here. And then yet a third. But Asher ripping the momentum right back in favor of Fisher. He said, you try to take A again, we've done our homework this time around. Isaiah always loving to play on the front foot, just ripping bullets through the Omen smoke, forcing Penn State to rotate around towards B. It's a 5v3.
Penn State, though, we've seen them in these kind of situations before, and they've been able to make something out of nothing here. Fisher College do have to play a little bit more disciplined. They don't want to go 6-6 at the half right now. This double controller composition is pretty deadly in defense, but Supa making sure that's not going to happen. Penn State 2v4 right now, and they're going to do the same thing. They're going to go B and go on to C, but Brado's ready for it.
Brado's ready for it. He gets taken down. Season going to get one back, but this is still a tough hill to climb here. 3v1, but he's all alone on C site. Nightfall went out just a little bit earlier onto B. Then you can see the bodies sprinting towards C. Use all your controller tech. Use that German ingenuity, Season. You're going to need it. Throws the turret down, handling the connector between B and C, and turns around. Ah, you had no idea.
Coffee gets him.
Yeah, when you're in that situation, look, you got to choose your quarters to peek. You got to choose which angles you're going to cover. And he picked wrong. That's all right. Fisher College wrestle the momentum back, and you see here on the switch, now everyone back to square one.
Yeah, 7-5 half for Fisher College there. Not what they were expecting, right? They had a lot of rounds go into their favor. It was very, very Fisher sided for the first, 6-7 rounds. And then after that pause, Penn State took a deep breath. They understood that, hey, what we're doing is not working. Let's switch it up a little bit and caused Fisher to panic just a little bit. It's a very close game right now, but the sides have swapped. And this double controller composition that I mentioned for Penn State, really good on the defensive side, right? You've got a lot of ways to stuff it out. You've got, snake bites. You've got smokes. You've got blinds. You've got a wall. And Fisher College, with that double initiator comp that I talked about, they are pretty much committed onto one site most of the time once everybody starts throwing their utility, right? They need a lot of these cooldowns. They need a lot of these abilities onto the site that they're going to execute because they can't really pivot, right? There's no real world for them to pivot too hard if all your initiators throw everything in the kitchen sink onto one site.
It was only the fault line that went down from Puff, so that's going to be up in about 20 seconds by the time I'm saying this. But you see with the 2 killjoys on either team, that turret, that is exactly where you got to put it on this map, or at least as far as the 2 teams are concerned. Now, with the Prowler going out, these are the tools, and with the Sky as well, they've got a lot of offensive tools, like you said, Shibby, on this Fisher composition. Copy going to rip down the plant. Do they have all their angles covered? Super Tai going to take down Panda for the numbers advantage in favor of Fisher College. Goes right into one.
Oh,
how about Isaiah? Whoa, that was a gutsy turn, gutsy peek there. Saw one, pivoted the other way with the help of the blind. Nick gonna take down Super Tai. Still a 4v3 here. Time ticking away. Brado playing offense like his life depends on it. Asher took one down as well. Now it's just Puff here. Breach on defense. Yeah, you could hope, you could pray, but Fisher College making this offensive comp work.
And a nice execute onto the B-bomb site. Typically, what we do see from defenders is that they'll run like a 2A, 2C, 1B side, and one person from A will typically come back onto that heaven area to support the B player, and vice versa. Sometimes the person playing Waterfall on C will come and help out on B side. I liked what Fisher did. They attacked it, they cleared out all the angles, and when they had to play the bomb defense, you saw where the smokes were placed by Super. You saw where the utility was being placed by Ash, by a copy here. And that heal, so crucial in that pistol round, because you think you have him low. You think you got him at like 70, 60 HP, heals it all up. Brado, though, the nice one-tap onto Fun.
And another early advantage here for Fisher, and they're just going to rinse and repeat. Lay him down immediately onto the bomb site, you see. Yeah, the smoke's coming down here from Super Tai. Puff peeks up, and Isaiah knew exactly where he was going to be. Call him the Bull God. 3 to the dome. Takes down Puff. Fisher up 5-3 here. Very content to start playing defense here. The retake going to be tough from Penn State. Add a numbers disadvantage immediately here. Under the smoke goes Nick. Still got the angles covered nicely. Another smoke. Going out here. As soon as that went out, Super Tai saw the writing on the wall and lit Nick up. It's a 5 against 1. Flawless indeed. Fisher College rests the momentum right back from Penn State. It's 9-5.
And I was afraid, right, for Penn State. They could not get enough rounds on the offensive side, and they got to play defense against this kind of composition. The stall potential is there, don't get me wrong, but if they just execute out of the smoke, if they're fearless, like you mentioned, 4x4, if they're just going to flash out with the Hawk, Prowler through, and then Isaiah's going to double satchel in, not enough utility can save all that. You've got to be really on point. You've got to hit your shots. Penn State are going to buy up here. Fisher College, mostly Vandals here. There's 2 Bulldogs. Let's see if they can make it work. Let's see if they can outgun Penn State like they've been doing so far.
It's a push through Mound. Do they go B or C here? Killjoy rotating up through B. And take down her compatriots. Utility here. You see those smokes coming out from Supa. Rather from Panda, excuse me. Goes out onto C. It's looking like that's where they'll commit, or at least making a good show of it. Toxins go out. Maybe now Fisher College rethinking this one. They're going through the big door. Maybe onto B. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. All that Sky util again. We talked about how it was missing on defense from Copy in the last few rounds, but now paying so many dividends. You talked about how util's got to be used incredibly here. Asher.
super
And healed
low
right back
now.
up, and it's not going to matter, man. Brado gets one onto Nick. Fisher College have been dominating on the offensive front. Fun. He knows there's so many around there. Tries the wall bang, not going to
Puff.
find it. He can't find any sort of angle to peek in.
Puff's on the flank, but there's a turret watching the other way, so if he shoots it or goes in front, he gets found out immediately. Fisher College have complete control of this B bomb site, and the retake potential for Penn State is just not there. Puff is gonna go!
Well, that's one way to do it. Throws out the fault line now, going through the box. A couple more HP might do it. Fun gonna take down Copy on the other side. I think it's a 4v3. How about Puff? How about Fun? It's Puffy, and it's very, very fun. It's Penn State. They get the defuse and get a much-needed point back.
And that was such a big flank from Puff, right? I talked about how they don't have that retake potential. It's not there. Well, if you get a flank off, you kill two. Yeah, oh yeah, you have the numbers advantage. You can easily retake. Fisher College just putting their full trust into that turret, and they get betrayed almost immediately. A really nice round for Penn State to kind of stop that momentum that Fisher College is bringing, although now we see them full rifles in hand. Yeah, Copy's got a Bulldog, but he's kind of the worst performing member. You pick the guy for the utility. Don't pick him for fragging necessarily. You pick it for setup on your team. As now we see A offensive Nick.
Nick has all gas, no brakes. That's what I've learned about this player through these first couple rounds here. He goes down. Sometimes you risk it, but no biscuit for the Rays here. 5 versus 4. Fisher College perfectly happy to play with this numbers advantage. They've won 3 of the first 4 here on offense. Viper Wall taking the long route here, kind of cutting the map in half. There's the hot dog style fold that they were doing.
Yeah,
This time
Fisher
around.
College, though, they're just going to kind of aggress onto this A side. They know they have control, at least, of this middle area. Everybody on Penn State is kind of backed up, and yeah, they've got to play that retake once again. Fisher College need to play it a little bit cleaner. Watch your flanks. Don't trust the turret completely right, and just kind of stay steady. As Fun is going to pick up that kill onto Copy. He was pretty low, so it's a 4v4. Showstopper comes out from Isaiah, though.
Taking down here, able to get it up and gets Panda. I didn't think he flicked that. I thought that was going to hit the wall, but very nicely done. And now Fisher College get another one as Brado finds the mark. 4 versus 2. Fun for the retake. Hang on a second here. And now Season. It's a different hero every round for Penn State, it seems like. It's a 2v2 now. Viper Toxins huddle around that corner. The defuse, excuse me, was started, and Asher there to punish immediately. Right time, right place.
Just a difficult retake, right? Despite the heroics. And another timeout comes in from Penn State here. And if it's anything like the first one, right? They'll reconvene. They'll understand, like, hey, we got to be a little bit more aggressive because they're not really pinching upon the space, right? That Fisher College is giving them. They're not making the map shorter. They're not cutting it by like 50-50 to like a 75-25, right? They're giving Fisher College so much room to kind of rotate between the sites, right? You've seen them go A into B. You've seen them try to do the B into C. You've also seen them kind of aggress onto Mound. If Fisher College is burning this utility, Penn State has to be a little bit more aggressive. They can't be so apprehensive as to not take space away from them, and they've got to try to go for those kind of 1v1s and limit the amount of room that Fisher College has to play with.
And if anything's going to be repeated from the first time they took this timeout, Penn State, they were able to adjust on the fly here. And, you know, maybe they've got a lurker in the chat because it seemed like they did exactly what you said when we came out of the first timeout. They aggressed onto that A site, used that Viper Wall very, very well there from Fun. But now, economically speaking, not doing so hot here, so I think you're going to see a little more aggression once they find out exactly where they're actually, well, I don't know. Defensively, maybe they try to play this a little bit differently here, but Fisher College looking like they're on their way to their 11th point. Yeah, full econ here. Going to play for the next couple rounds.
Yeah, they're going to look to one-tap with these Sheriffs. And I told you, VAL has some Sheriff demons here. Let's see if Nick and Puff can do something. Nades onto Mound.
Oh, cool. Copy. Getting the advantage here for Fisher College. Prowler goes out, deleted immediately by Nick. Playing unusually reserved is my friend here on the Rays.
Yeah, he's got the Sheriff.
Yeah, exactly. He can only do so much here, Isaiah. Yeah, paint cans traded both ways here. Now looking for the long rotate here, and you see that the A and B side, the AB connector, just completely lit up with all that KJ util. My goodness.
Yeah, I mean, they're trying to play for that lockdown, right? They're swapping up where the KJ is playing. They're going to assume that their turret and stuff is in the prototypical spots until they kind of clear it out with this dog here. But Fisher College, once again, they're just going to be allowed to kind of walk in, walk through. Viper Wall does go up. It's not going to stop them, though. Let's see if Penn State can use this to their advantage. But look at Fisher College. They're going to double back all the way around.
And 1 point away from a lockdown. Should they go B, which is a little bit closer
I love
quarters,
this.
or should they commit to C? Yeah, and Penn State, I think they're sniffing the blood in the water here. They smell something fishy. They're rotating over to C. Isaiah gets up high, comes back down low. No kills in his pocket. Super tie. Gonna start off with the plan. Nick goes down. Copy back on the board. Much needed point for him, but he gets traded back onto by Fun. Sheriff to death. Isaiah gets one back and avenges his teammate. 4 versus 2 here. Season not able to find it with the Sheriff.
Penn State just got absolutely hoodwinked as Fisher College closes the round out. You did do some decent economical damage on the side of Penn State as we do a little bit of tactical crouching from Fisher College here. But I love that, right? The double back, they said, hey, there's a whole ton of KJ utility out here. Let's break a little bit and just go straight to C bomb site. They left Isaiah there just in case Penn State were feeling a little frisky, looking to kind of encroach on the space here, and really, really, really well played. Just absolutely hoodwinked Penn State here.
And now just a couple points away from putting away the first map and getting us towards Ascent here. Penn State, they've not looked like the same team here on defense as they did on offense. You saw that response after that timeout, but Fun gets a much-needed kill here onto Asher, the top fragger for Fisher College in the smoke. Nick is completely blind, ripping shots through Mound, and around Mound. It's a 3 for Nick. 4 versus 1. Super tie. We left alone with a turret and his thoughts up on the top. Again, should Penn State feel frisky? He's got a decent line of sight here, but he's got the spike. He's got a mountain to climb. Puff takes it down. Penn State get a much-needed point.
And 4, I know Charles Barkley ain't here, but the round mound of rebound on A site for Penn State. What a way to come alive late into the half here. I mean, just an insane aggressive play from Nick, from Fun. I love that. I love that. Very, very well played from them on that C-bomb site.
Yeah, it was not what I was expecting, right? and we didn't get this coming immediately out of the timeout, but playing a little more offense on a defense here are Penn State. Now, on a 3-bomb site, that's all well and good if you know kind of where everything's headed here, and a lot of util being traded back and forth. Puff perfectly happy to throw out his util immediately and is taken down by Isaiah. Nick trades one back. Panda gets one back for Penn State. 4 versus 3. Fisher College still in the ascendancy, still with the advantage, still looking to encroach further onto A here. Lupa and Asher to send the Prowler through the big door. Take the long way here onto A.
Copy, though. It's going to drop this dog and just going to give them that bomb site control. Fisher College not messing around, not letting Penn State adapt and adjust just as quickly as the last time. Lockdown goes down for Fisher College here just to give them that added safety, just to kill some of that clock, right? Just to kill the clock, make it so Penn State has to be a little bit more snappy and quick, decisive. Copy saw that guy's gun. Season was not fully tucked in.
That's veteran stuff right there. Copy, the lone grad student on a team of freshmen here for Fisher College, but you wouldn't know it by the way the kids are playing here. That's veteran stuff from Copy. He's been playing a lot better in the last few rounds, and they have needed it. This guy has proved invaluable. Like you said, that KJ ult, that lockdown, really helping stall out. Penn State, they got to do it the old-fashioned way should they want to. I think the time might be just about up. It's all up to Fun. Fun down. It's all up to Panda, and he's able to get himself out of there with the TP. Okay, you know what? No moral victories, but you can probably put that one in that bucket.
Silver lining. It's a consolation prize at most. Panda just takes down the econ a little bit, and this is do or die for Penn State. They've got to string together 6 rounds in a row, and they're no strangers to that. Don't get me wrong. They're able to string up 4 last half, but it's a little bit rougher. Fisher College have just been electric on offense, right? Just gaining site control almost immediately. This double initiator comp, 2 dogs to deal with, the Prowler and the Sky Dog. It clears out every single corner. You cannot rat against this team. You cannot corner peek them. You've got to just kind of take it square up against them, and unfortunately, Fisher College have the guns. They've got the agents. They've got the skills to kind of beat you one-on-one every single time.
Yeah, and they're certainly proving it right here. Season. Get back up there towards having another good smoke that was put down there by Supa on that initial push there from Fisher College. And the last point looks like they're going to take a bit of a similar approach here. Everything being thrown down on A. Isaiah goes up, got the showstopper, gonna take it himself, not even gonna rip it, gets one. Oh man, that could have been so much more. He's actually taken down by his counterpart there, Nick. Gets one back, it's a 4v4 now. Fisher's push stalling just a little bit here, but the spike was planted. So happy to lay back and cover their angles. Penn State, like you said, Shibby, do or die. Up, goes out the fault line. Rip open the door. Brado taking down Fun, and Panda goes down. He's next in the blink of an eye. Fisher College out.
Fisher College taking this 13-7. They may have faltered just a little bit on the defensive side, but a well-oiled machine on offense. That double initiator composition just working wonders onto this 3-bomb site map specifically. It's so smart because you run double initiator, you know that the enemy team is going to be on the defender side spread apart between them. So it's going to be a weaker A, a weaker B. It's going to be maybe 2-2 instead of like a 3-2 split on most maps. And so you run the double initiator, you clear everything out, and you say, know what? You have to wrestle bomb control, bomb site control from us. And you definitely can't do that with that double smoke composition.
Well, it's like you said, I mean, and what kind of really illustrated the versatility of the composition was, I mean, with the with Sky as well, right? I mean, you saw that the amount of space they were able to clear out, the amount of information they were able to gather before being committal onto one of these sites. I mean, 3-bomb sites are easier for offense as is, right? You spread yourself so thin, but if I felt like, okay, if you're going to drop anyone there, you drop the KJ, light that up, that A site with the util. But like you said, they were lethal when they needed to be, but very kind of precise. I hate to borrow things from other games. It was one of my favorite quotes. Camille, when you select her in Legal Legos is the name of that game. Precision is the difference between a butcher and a surgeon, right? And it was frantic at times on that A take. But Fisher, they were really, really patient, swung around when they needed to, and really just felt like they used every single part of all their agents' kits, man. They knew how to play patient. They knew how to play quick as well. Very good stuff. Shibby, any final thoughts on this one before we take it to a quick break and get over to map 2?
A well thought out composition from Fisher, and I think Penn State, they've got to be more quick on the adjustments. I don't think you need a pause necessarily to kind of adjust at the half or adjust before when things are going bad. Your IGL needs to take that position over. They say, hey, we're not able to get anything right now. Let's switch it up. It felt like they were a lot more cemented in their ideas on how they wanted to attack the map. And it wasn't until after the pause till they kind of let loose a little bit. But on the offensive side, they just unfortunately could not stop Fisher College, and really well played from them. FC going up 1-0, and we talked about how important this is for Penn State. The pressure is on.
So we'll see how they respond here. Fisher College looking to move it to 4-1. We're going to take it to a quick break. When we come back, map number 2. We're back on Ascent, baby. CVAL's very favorite. Don't go anywhere. Game 2 on the horizon between Fisher College and Penn State. Behrend, I am 4x4. That is still indeed Shibby. We've got Game 2 on our hands. Going to Ascent here. Penn State, they made it interesting there for a bit, but at the end of the day, Fisher College, they just looked a cut above on the on the 3-site map there on Lotus. And Shibby, we bemoaned a little bit, maybe the one-dimensionality of the Penn State composition here, whether it's because of the map, whether it's because of what you hope have been some, you saw a little bit of good adjustments coming out of that first time out that they took when they were on offense. But how do you see Penn State, or at least how would you like to see Penn State's compositional priorities shift here as we move into map 2?
I think we are at the unfortunate situation of being on Ascent, and for everybody that plays Valorant, for everybody that understands the competitive landscape for that map, everybody believes it's figured out, right? It's Sova, it's Killjoy, it's Omen, it's Jet, and it's KO. That's what you play. That's what everybody plays. From Africa to Antarctica, that's what everybody plays, right? Nobody, which is actually not that far if you actually have a globe, but
no,
regardless.
From 2 points, it's a very small stretch of
ocean. Yeah, it's actually not that much, but you get the point. You understand what I'm saying, right? All across the world, you're going to see that same kind of composition. We have been seeing tweaks here and there, right? We've been seeing potentially the Cypher swapped out for the Sova, right? We've also been seeing some like Viper and Omen double compositions on Ascent, which is really weird because a lot of people believe that Ascent is not good for Viper at all. It's horrible. But if you run that double controller, it can get a little bit more manageable. But I think we're going to see just the cookie cutter standard compositions from Behrend and Fisher. And if we're going to take comp for comp, and we're going to take like player for player, Fisher just looked better, right? Like on multiple rounds, right? We saw Brado have a round for himself, Isaiah, Copy, Asher. The scary thing is on Fisher's side, any one of these guys can just pop off and give you a triple or a quadra kill, right? Whereas Behrend, really the people that were taking it to them was Panda and their duelist, Nick, right, was not having a good game. Hopefully he can bounce back. Looks a little bit maybe better on the Jet. Maybe he's just like a Jet player and not really a Raze player here. But yeah, I think for Fisher, they've been looking clean cut. And if they go pound for pound, comp for comp against the same thing for Behrend, Behrend has a really, really tough hill to climb.
And it looks like that's exactly what's going to happen. And I agree with you. I mean, sometimes the analysis, or at least part of it, can really be just that simple, is that Fisher, they just looked better. They just are better. And running, like you said, comp for comp here. Both teams going to get an equal crack at obviously attack and defense here. And it's entirely possible, look, that Nick is just a Jet one-trick. You could really never count that out, especially if you're a Sheriff enjoyer, if you enjoy just popping in, clicking one head, and just zooming back to cover. Yeah, entirely possible here. But like you said, this map's been out a long, long time, literally since the game launched, and figured out, yeah, it certainly seems like it, at least in the CVAL space, and you called out the composition pretty much immediately here. That's indeed what both teams are going to run here. Again, Penn State, excuse me, looking for a big win here. They're like you said, Shibby, in their group, in the ECAC Elite Division. It is a three-way tie, excuse me. No, three-way tie, yep, for fourth place, and that fourth place is that last spot for playoffs. 5 in each group, and the 5th team out, but they need to create some distance between them and 5th place, and a loss here would put them perilously close with just 2 weeks of play to go. We go onto the map. Fisher College looking to cement their hold atop, or rather in 2nd place, I should say, in this group. Columbia College kind of running the show here, but Fisher College certainly no strangers to giant killing, but they are trying to dispose of Penn State Behrend. Into game 2 we go.
Yeah, and looking at the items here, or the economy here, Nick's got a Sheriff ready to go. They are just running full force here. Penn State on the defensive side, just running through. They are limiting the amount of space Fisher has, but because of that, Fisher's just going to be able to get onto the bomb site pretty easily. Supa and the rest of the gang know that there's a squad here.
Yeah, every one of their mothers shows up here. Nick able to grab one with the Sheriff, like we like I might have speculated here. Puff able to trade one back, so it's a 3v3 still. Sometimes the best defense is a good offense. They're suffocating Fisher, or at least that's what they were trying to do. But like you said, the approach ended up being a little bit telegraphed. Manny coming through, that be long. Asher throws it out. Recon Bolt immediately taken down. Brado gets one. Asher clean with the ghost. We've seen that from him on the Fade and map 1. He's nice with it in the econ.
Just a pistol round monster, right? Asher, 4 for himself. Last round in the pistol, 2 here. Just really kind of putting Fisher College on his back just a little bit. And once again, he's going to reward himself with a very nice Guardian full armor. And I love these kind of more wall penetration weapons here, right? The Odin is really, really cool on this map if you can get it going, obviously with the Sova and stuff like that. But the Guardian does wonders. You can bang them out through tiles. You can bang them out through B-bomb site. There's so many paper mache walls here that you are not safe if you're Penn State here.
Copy, making sure his boys are safe as they lurch through mid here. Leaving just KO to loop back around. Smokes. Take down the more narrow parts of that choke. Might run into one. Copy and Panda trade back and forth. Fun. Taken down here. It's a 4v4, but Fisher able to grab another one thanks to Super Tai Tai. And now he might have free reign to go into the bomb site as a 4v2. Isaiah is the bull. God, don't give him this gun, folks. Super Tai going to get the plant down. Isaiah working on heaven there. It's just season. Might just be playing for the econ here, but taking a very defensive posture. Recon bolt out. I think that spotted him.
Should have, unless
Maybe?
Season. Yeah, it definitely. Well, they know where he is. They know he's somewhere around here, and Season, unfortunately, cannot hide from the offensive of Fisher College here. And it's interesting because we got to see Fisher start on defense last map, and they were a little bit slow, but when they got to the offensive side, they just started steamrolling here. Starting on attack for this map is so nice for Fisher College because they've looked like a well-oiled machine. They're just coming off of a round win. They're probably feeling themselves a little bit, and you look at right now, they've got really, really nice weapons to go. They've got Guardians, Bulldogs, they've got 3 Vandals to their name, and Asher and Isaiah just stepping up, right?
Yeah, no, in really big ways. And yeah, and Isaiah, I mean, he had a lot of big rounds in the first map. He was monstrous on that Raze and on the Jet. Nick able to burst back. All Copy almost had him there. Puff got himself the Odin. It looks like there, if my silhouette is correct there. Yep. Hey, I guess right. Well, not guess. I was an educated. I saw the silhouette. All right, give myself a little pat on the back there.
Smoke and mirrors, smoke and mirrors. We can't let them figure out the Wizard of Oz is not that omnipotent here. Panda, though, has the blind ready. Maybe suspecting some aggression from Fisher College.
Nick.
And Nick! Double tap, Copy, and Asher, right?
Man, oh man, and now Penn State with their first numerical advantage of the map, and it's taken away just as quickly as it was secured. Brado able to get one back there for Fisher College. Now leaving just enough room here for Supa to get himself onto B-side. Brado playing defense excellently here, not allowing anyone from Penn State to get forward. He takes 3 down before Season able to grab him back on the Bulldog. KJ on KJ. Crime looking like they're headed for a inflection point there, and now Season grabbed himself his 2nd kill. Gonna swap out the Bulldog, for a Vandal. Now
Supa's in a nice spot. He's in a nice spot here. This is a really good angle. He could just wait it out and wait for the bomb to tap, and there's no way Season expects him to be on this area. As long as he moves in silence, just wait for the bomb to tap, and it's a guessing game for Season.
It's been said that is how real G's move, in silence. We're going to find out who's the real G on this map. Season. He scoped that out pretty much entirely, and he knows. I think he's going to try to get that to half. He knows he's got some distance to cover here. To Supa, but he grabs Season. 1 to the dome will be enough. Fisher grabbed their 3rd point of the round.
Oh, and he gets out. And he gets out. Just right in that corner. That's game knowledge. That's time in the range.
Yeah,
that's time on the map. Hey, I gotta. Where is the spot where I take this? If we plant it here, where can I go in? And whether it's an educated guess or just Supa being a complete map nerd, very well played from Fisher College. 3-0, and Penn State are now on a broken bye once again. Sheriffs, a Marshall, and kind of a lot of hope and prayers potentially for them. That's all I can say.
Yeah, a lot of vibes for sure. That's all you can say for sure. Like you said, Jet is on that Marshall. Not the Outlaw. I don't think he had enough for the Outlaw, to be fair. Brado making his presence felt around B and coaxing at least 2 to start rotating over there. Panda still around spawn for Penn State. Now Asher moving himself over to B, and they're going to keep making some noise here. And again, it's Supa Tai Tai looking for the encroachment onto A. Not going to bother messing with that ult orb. Well, all right. You don't have to make me look that bad. I didn't do anything to you. I've been saying a lot of nice things about you. But eventually does make his presence felt there, and it whips it around immediately to B. You'd like to think that Penn State, once they don't see him coming through there, maybe they start to loop around here. But it's going to take a little bit for them to get over there. Numbers advantage is in their favor. Nick got himself in a nice little spot here with that Marshall. This
is a razor-thin margin for him.
Shit.
Right? He's got to be quick. And he's
He's
not even going to be allowed to do it. He's going to get smoked off. They're not even giving him the chance. Fun, though. Gets a kill onto Copy. Still 4v4 for Fisher College. And Penn State, like we said, broken economy, hopes, dreams, prayers. That's all they've got to really rely on is Fisher College is going to take the bomb down. Brado is going to pick up a kill. And 4x4, I feel like Penn State are just helplessly falling into this horrible cycle.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to get out, especially if Asher is on the loose with a Vandal. Brado covering the other angle there. They've got it lit up. Nick is doing his darndest. He is ripping Marshall rounds right through those quarters, trying to wallbang his way to victory on a hope and a prayer. But that's the thing. I mean, but like you said, just so deadly on this map. There's so much game knowledge here that they use to their advantage. Isaiah grabbing the other kill. 4 for 0. Fisher College on offense. Name a better duo, man.
Yeah, just, bread and butter could be a better duo. Maybe peanut butter and jam, but they're right up there. They're right up there. They're 1A, 1B as the timeout comes in for Penn State here, and rightfully so. I mean, they've bled 4 rounds out. You definitely don't want to go into it like, 11-1, 12-0, 10-2. That could get really, really, really bad here. Penn State need to figure out how they can kind of stuff out Fisher College. They're running the same exact compositions, but that doesn't mean you can't get weird, you can't get different. And I want to see specifically Fisher College play around with these KJ setups, the alarm bots, the nades, and really try to stuff out Fisher College here.
Nick's got himself the op, and he's kind of going for broke here. So he's got the big boy, he's got the big guns, like he said, broken by last round. And yeah, I mean, it went about as you expected here. But now with the Vandals here, I mean, what do you want to see differently from Penn State?
I mean, yeah, it feels like Nick is kind of just carrying the load right now for Penn State. Fun, able to get a kill here and there, but I want to see some more flash Sonic Arrow combinations. There's a reason that this Sova KO combination is picked so often in a lot of these maps across the competitive pool. Flash Sonic Arrow is such a hard thing to counter because you can't shoot the Sonic Arrow when it lands. It can, suss you out of cover. It can figure out where you are, and the flash on top of that just makes it so he can't be countered. But they're not really doing that. They're not really executing those combos. They're kind of just playing the agent without, in my opinion, really understanding why we're picking them.
Well said. And you saw that from Fisher as well.
Nick!
Very nicely done. Into the tailwind immediately. That is the type of jet play you want to see. Hopefully injecting some life into Penn State. If you are a Nittany Lion watching tonight, smoke goes down. Panda actually able to take down Supatai. And now Penn State with their biggest advantage of the map. 5 against 3. Leaving Fisher College in a bit of a pickle here. Looking like it's still A here, and they've got the bodies to match. Do Penn State. Once again, that ult orb taken. The Copy has the ultimate available. Does he want to go for the hero play here? They're sitting on a ton of money here, Shibby. They've accrued themselves quite the advantage.
Yeah, I mean, Fisher College can just go for a really aggressive round. Penn State doing their best, stuffing out that initiation, like we mentioned, that entry. But now they're just going to potentially sneak on into market here. They've kind of hanging out by the wayside. Isaiah's still alive, right? Their duelist is still there. Brado can obviously pick up a couple kills here. He's very deep behind enemy lines right now. They're pushing through market. Isaiah's solo pushing onto A. Are they trying to force a rotation?
Well, let's find out here. Season actually able to get another one here. Very aggressive from Fisher, but Copy able to get one back. Almost gets a second eventually. Crouches down and picks it up. Can they get the plant down in time? I don't think it's going to be enough here. Defenders win. Fisher College suffered their first defeat. And Puff could get one through the wall onto Copy at the last second.
Nice Sonic Arrow there. Bangs him through the wall. And that's a nice round for Penn State to kind of stop that bleeding. But that was just a heroic op shot from Nick to kind of just give them the numbers advantage right off the rip. And Fisher College had to play that round a little bit differently. Now that they know Nick has the op, though, they're going to play a little bit smarter. They're going to smoke him off. They're going to wait for him to reposition potentially and play around where this op is located. They just need a good way of finding out where he is, right? Whether it's the sonic arrow, whether it's the knife that KO has. Once they figure out where the jet is placed, they can appropriately play around it here, which I think is what they're going to do. They're just going to go fast exec here. KO pops the ultimate.
Down. Lockdown down as well in response here. And now, or I should say in tandem, Fisher College again looking very, very clean with kind of the utilities that they combo.
Fun, gonna kill.
Take down Shaq, take down Asher. Hero play here from Fun. And again, Penn State have themselves an advantage with two huge ultimates. Burn should be.
Bomb is down. Time is ticking. Brado gets a kill, and there's an operator. Can Nick get the kill? No! So much Fisher color. Fisher College sided right now. Panda picks up one, though.
They have the life back in them. Panda brings it to a 2v2. Is it another Panda hero play?
Time?
We've seen a couple here on Lotus. Puff able to get a couple shots there onto Supatai. He's low. Puff gets one through the wall.
Have time?
Panda makes it that third one. I think they've got time here, Shibby. Penn State able to grab themselves a second point of the round, and it comes off the back of Puff and Panda.
Plenty of time left in the bank there. No worries. 4.6 seconds. And Penn State, it was looking Fisher sided for a little bit, right? Couple kills here and there. But Penn State, Panda, and Fun just absolutely ripping through, and really well played from them. Just a good round, right? Retaking with this is pretty good once you have all those ultimates available, and they've got 4 in the bank, right? So even if Fisher College can wrestle a bomb site here, potentially A, potentially B, they've got the K ultimate, they've got lockdown like you mentioned, they've got Hunter's Fury, they've got so much in the tank to start swinging some of these rounds in their favor. Looks like the pause helped.
Yeah, and again, look, credit Penn State here. Isaiah to pop the Blade Storm here. Fisher College has an ult of their own, but this feels like a huge, huge round, Shippy. Like you said, a lot of resources available. And the ultimate not going to be used on anybody, actually. One peak too much. Bud goes down, but he takes 2 with him. For the third straight map, Penn State coming out on top early. But Brado, he's played well in these situations. In numbers disadvantages, he's brought back a number of rounds for Fisher. Does he have another one in him? Penn State encroaching on 4-3. And Brado encroaching on Panda. Nick able to take down Asher. Supatai responds in kind. Brado brings it to 2 against 2. The comeback kid is here to play.
They're going to loop it all the way back around, but Season's ready for them.
Season ready with the bomb and another round win. How about Season? A different hero every time, but look, you cannot do any of this without Nick. He's sitting on 6,700 and forces a timeout out of Fisher. Nick and the op, wow.
Yeah, I mean, just really, really, really crazy play from Penn State here. Round after round after round, just like you said, finding a different hero. They all have carry potential, realistic. They're all spreading the love, right? 5 kills pretty much on each of them other than Puff here. Fisher College's first time out of the series, right? They didn't take one at all on Lotus. They were steamrolling through, and so now they've got to go back to the drawing board. They've got to figure out what they want to do here, because that operator is really, really just stuffing out what Fisher wants to do. Even if it's not necessarily getting a kill every round, the fact that the pressure is there and the presence, you just need to hold the operator in a sight and not go down, and it limits what Fisher can do.
And Brado emerging as the clear carry on Fisher right now. This is not what we saw last game. 11 kills for the boy. 5, 5, 4, and 3 on it down the line. And Shibby, even more crucially, I mentioned it before last round, none of those ultimates were used. Penn State still with 4 ults ready to their name, but Supatai and Asher just 1 away from getting their own here. So again, another pivotal round coming up here. Nick blew the rest of his econ on getting the boys kitted up here. 5 seconds from now, Penn State trying to keep the momentum going here. But Fisher, like you said, with their first time out of the series, and Supatai and Asher, they're going to be on sheriffs here, so they're going to be down some rifles here, Shibby.
Yeah, they're definitely going to be down, but they're not out. Fisher College probably want to string together a nice little anti-eco round here. They've got rifles ready to go. They've got to stop the momentum building on Penn State, right? Because they've got a lot of money saved in the bank. Ultimates are going out. Isaiah's going to dash in.
Isaiah dashes all the way in. Very nice use of the smokes as well. The Omen smoke on his head here. Copy, gonna get the plant down. Hunter's Fury going out here from Puff. 1 of 4 ultimates. Behrend here. Hasn't really found anyone. Plant didn't go down just yet. Now Copy gonna rip it for good. Spike is down. College now with the 5v5 here. Panda able to take down Isaiah. He went deep, and Panda eventually met him up through heaven. State encroaching around here. Now it's Fisher playing for this retake.
Look at Asher.
Yeah, he's trying to get a cheeky little angle here. Fun, gonna get it down to halfway. That is huge. Puff gets 2. Asher
defusing.
kind. Brado, another one. Nick with the operator playing the hero. The defuse goes down, and Fun gonna mop it up.
Ooh, Penn State get the defuse off. They tie the match 4-4 after dropping 4 rounds in a row. Fisher College say, you know what? We can one-up you. Let's match 4 rounds dropped on their side as well. And despite Nick not getting that operator, or Fun not picking up the operator, Nick has enough money to buy another one and is just kind of stifling Fisher College. It was a good offensive, it was a good dash. I like the execute that they had, but just Penn State dropped the lockdown and it was easy as could be. Woo!
It's just, clearly he ate his Wheaties between these 2 games. Once he got that op, he has been unstoppable. Man, that is textbook stuff with the Jet on this map. KJL, the lockdown does go down here. Nick's got the Blade Storm. And if his momentum gets any faster, roll in here, Shibby. We might be in for one heck of a display here from Penn State. Super tight. Puff looking for that flag. They have no idea he's there. Gets one, gets another. Puff! Call him Puff Daddy. He is in charge of this site right now. It's a 3rd one. Puff, you dog. Panda mops it up, but it starts with Puff, and a 5-for-0 makes it 5 points in a row for Penn State.
What a wild position, and Fisher College not doing their due diligence in clearing out the back of the site, and Puff lets them plant, gives them this false sense of security, lures them into safety, and then just snaps at them immediately with a triple kill. The man was liable for more, but luckily Panda picks up the last one. It's a 5-for-0, like you said, a flawless coming out from Penn State, and just look at the money. Fisher College in tatters right now. Sheriff's a stinger. I see a rifle with no armor. I mean, this is rough. Fisher College is trying to string something together right now.
Hey, this is tough sledding right now for Fisher College. I mean, if you're tuning in right now, believe it or not, Fisher kind of rolled to their first 4 points, but they face a pivotal juncture here. Nick is unbelievable. I was going to say something nice about him, and then he got another one, so I don't really have to. You just watch the game, and he just keeps doing it. He's doing my job for me. Nick, I appreciate you for that. 5-4 here. Another numbers advantage for Penn State. That has been the theme, is Nick mopping up numbers early. They're taking every fight on favorable terms. Nick is unreal this round. Fun's going to grab another one. They are ripping Fisher College apart.
Fisher College, not a pot to piss in. They've got nothing ready, right? It's just Brado trying to do something, and Fun does go down here, but the location is revealed. Bomb is on the other side of town, and I don't know if Brado is going to be able to do anything. He knows relatively where some of these guys are, but they heard him. He's just going to do it? No.
Wow.
All right. Played with my heart just a little bit. Knocked Penn State's economy a little bit, but Fisher College, they want to try to tie this up, right? It was a broken buy for them. There was a couple rifles, or like 1 rifle, Sheriff's, a Stinger here. They've got a full rifle around here. Supa, the only one on light armor, and a Vandal. Hoppy does have the ultimate available. Just look at Penn State's bank. Puff's got another ulti, right? He just used his Hunter's Fury, what, 3 rounds ago? He's picked it up again. Fun has the KO ultimate for the retake. It's rough for Fisher College. They have to play around all this, even if they get the bomb site down. And by the way, Nick is peering into your soul with this operator.
Yeah, I feel a little uneasy. I feel like Congress should take measures to ensure
Oh!
Americans' privacy because Season able to get another kill here for Penn State. He's not the only one who's got a lowdown on exactly where they are. Asher with a huge return kill there. Penn State about to roll to another round. But Fisher College says, hold on a second here. Let's not forget who ran these first 4. Let's not forget who put together a dominant first map victory. The closest of quarters, and Brado is taken down here. Popping the ultimate there is Copy.
Gonna go through the smoke.
In his face. Yeah, this is tricky here, Shibby.
This is a crazy play from Copy if he can do it.
It'd be absolutely unbelievable. He picked the wrong direction, though. And Penn State, easy as you like, gonna defuse it. That is 7 in a row.
Penn State are just dialing them up one after another, and their defense on this map. That pause just really helped them, right? I mean, just a night and day difference with this team. Yeah. They figured out where they need to place Nick. This long shot Barrett 50 cal turret, right? He just locks down a lane and says, you know what? You're not allowed to move through here without the proper clearance. And it's just kind of stifled Fisher College right now. They don't really know what to do. Brado, the only one having a game of himself right now, has more kills, almost as many kills as the rest of his team combined, right? 17 and 8 right now. Somebody else has to step up on Fisher's side, right? It's got to be Isaiah. It's got to be the duelist here to try to just get an opening pick, do something.
Fisher College look absolutely hapless, and Nick not going to have that slow down anytime soon if he has anything to say about it. Not going to take his chances there with that smoke. Not going to be overconfident here. As Copy and Isaiah smoke out both pinch points here and rotate towards B. Puff loves waiting by that boathouse and by the spawn. He made it his own earlier. Fisher College get a huge first kill here. Season is down. Copy gets one. Isaiah onto the site here and camping out in boathouse. Very, very nicely done. Planted into the corner, but Fun able to rip through Copy. Fisher College still with a numbers advantage. Still a 4v3. Shock dart out. Gets a couple.
Ultimate is available for Fun here, and he's going to pop that. Let's see if Fisher College can at least make it 7-5. Asher trying to break the door. Fun's in the site.
Fun's in the site, and Fun is very dead. Brado able to take him down, but he can still be brought back here, but no dice. No need, rather. Fisher College get a huge point. Attackers indeed do win.
7-5 half, and just a complete Jekyll and Hyde kind of performance from Penn State, right?
Yeah.
Like, it was very, very meager, very, very like, oh, we're losing rounds one after the other. I don't know what they took. I don't know what they put in their G Fuel, but Penn State, 7 rounds in a row. Just absolutely bonkers.
G Fuel. That's good.
That's what they're drinking, right? That's what the youngins drink, right? It's it's not Gatorade or C4 or whatever. It's G Fuel. It's G Fuel.
Oh, hashtag ad. Just kidding. It's not. But it absolutely is what they're lapping up here. Like I said, it's been all Brado, man. 19 kills now, but they got, I mean, that was so huge. Isaiah
aggression.
Trade one back and forth. Nick is down. That's big. Even though the kills have been more spread out here, it has been Nick as the primary carry on that op. He sets it up, and the rest of Penn State knocks it down. Penn State on offense now, post the switch here with a numbers advantage. Smoking off catwalk. And looking to re-rotate onto B. Copy is found out. He was a lone defense, and that's going to be enough here. In they go, but they're going to have to contend with some KJ util.
2, I would say 1 person alive on Fisher College. It looks like KO is, oh my god, he's so low. Panda, I'm going to take down Asher here, and I don't know if Supa's going to be able to do it. He's got enough blood in his big toe. That's about it. And it's gone. Fun just takes him down. I like the attempt from Fisher. Get aggressive on the pistol round. Pinch them from both tiles and B main. But it felt like Penn State was like, wait, they're doing the same thing we did. We know how to counter this. Chill, stay back. Let's just trade. And we'll eventually just win out because we have the numbers advantage. Because we are clumped up here. And they can start snowballing this into a nice couple rounds here. It'll put them up, what, 9-5 if they can at least pick this bonus round here for them. And let's see how much damage they can do on that round 15, where potentially Fisher College will buy their rifles up and Penn State will have to make do with scraps.
What a way to make a living. Penn State well on their way. Thank you. Thank you. I was hoping to pick that up. No huge ultimates here, kind of to speak of, or at least none that I saw initially here. Puff going to get a little information on this B site. Or on A site, rather, excuse me. Sees no bodies there. Supatai. Rotate back around.
This kill squad. Look at this just roaming amorphous blob from Fisher College of pistols, right? This is what it is.
Yeah.
It's just 4 classics and a dream, but Penn State, they've juked him out. They've juked him out of their boots. It's complete stack, complete misread, I would say, from Fisher College, and a free site for Penn State. You see everybody rushing over. It's dinner time for Fisher College, but unfortunately Penn State is serving nothing but bullets.
Not very tasty. Panda. Trying to get a little bit of control here. Like you said, once that first KJ turret went down in B Alley, they knew exactly where they were going. It's just one killjoy. Everybody else up in that heaven right there. Just playing the waiting game. Just cat and mouse, waiting out the util.
Trying to get exits here. I don't hate this play from Fisher College. If they want to die to the bomb and say, hey, let's see how many exits we can get on Penn State, I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Why not?
No. Try to literally mess up some commas. Word to future. Fredo trying to peek. Get much here, like you said. A couple of classics in a dream next round where they're looking to do their damage.
They took 2 out, right? They forced 2 to stay. Yeah, you don't get the kill credit for it necessarily, but you do make it so that they have a broken buy. Nice heads-up play from Fisher. I don't hate that, right? You go for the stack with the classics. You misread. Let's die to the bomb. Let's not give them any more ultimate points here. And let's see how much we can make Penn State bleed here. Fisher College coming out with full rifles right now. And really, Nick is the only one on Penn State's side to bring that Vandal into the fray. I feel like he shouldn't, because you want to be in tempo with your team, but if he's feeling himself, he's on that jet. Why not? Let's see how much damage Penn State can do to Fisher.
Well, he certainly earned the right. But with the op potentially on the other side of that, right? I mean, you'd like to think, look, you've got the advantage here, right? Like you said, you want to stay in tempo with your team. Very well put. And with the op potentially on the other side of that, I don't know if he'll have the dough to make it happen should this round go poorly. Nick taking a peek here. Through catwalk. Move into door here. Copy. Waiting by window. Gonna smoke him out, and Supatai getting a much needed kill. Bottom fragging on this map. Maybe not anymore here, Puff. But I'm back here. He's got a sheriff.
Look at the redirection.
Yeah.
Penn State rolling through market right now. I like that. But Brado into their waiting arms, and now Penn State stuck like rats in a cave, right? They don't know. They go here, they go there. There's no food. There's no food. It's just, it's nothing. And Supa gets the kill back. Penn State not on the best of buys here. They've got a rifle in their hand. They're stuck in market. Unfortunately, business is closed.
Yeah, very much so. They were promised cheese. No, just poison. Supatai. Gonna cover another angle on his side. Fun. Throw out the flash drive. Looking at peek, and Isaiah was ready for it. Very nicely done by the Fisher College duelist. That should be it. Defenders take a huge point here, and now with that broken bye, Nick took that gamble. Let's see how the econ shakes out here for Penn State. That was a crucial round, Shibby. I mean, if that went sideways for Fisher, they're probably staring at an 11-6.
Yeah, and it's really interesting because everybody else on Penn State's side has rifles. Nick doesn't even have ultimate available. I thought maybe he was gearing up towards the knives. Maybe he has that ready to go. But he's just got a Bucky, full armor. He's just going to dash in and hope to maybe go 1-for-1 even here. Fisher College putting a step into the right direction. Even though it's mud, even though it's molasses, it's a little tough. They are finally trudging through here. And Isaiah on this jet, I do want to see him pick up an op eventually on the defensive side here because of how oppressive it is on this map.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, you saw what he was able to do on it on offense. Or excuse me, on defense. And now on offense, he clearly feels very, very comfortable on this jet. Isaiah holding down A site. A lot of bodies there. Killjoy Util holding off those main pinch points. IB Alley. Try market. All that action coming in towards A. Ults go down. Nick going forward, like you said. Shibby just trying to go forward. He actually gets one. A Bucky in a dream, able to take down Isaiah. Almost got Copy. Supatai takes him down. That would have been a game changer. That would have been just downright disrespectful.
Look at Panda.
Hitting back over. Panda just says, here, you take it. I'll hold it down. Smoking off spawn. And Season gonna get the plant off. 4 against 4. Penn State have bamboozled them.
Puff is dead, though. He was looking for a kill onto the rotate, so it's Fisher College with a 4v3 man advantage, but this is a tough site to retake. They've got the utility, they've got the bodies. Just throw him at him as Copy hits the floor, unfortunately.
Panda takes down his counterpart here. 3v3, Panda gets another one.
Look at these
He's looking
flashes
for blood. Brado gets 1, gets 2. Fisher College on the verge of a huge point here, potentially. Season. He's surrounded by 2. He knows that his time might be limited on this earth. Gets another one, but taken down by Season. Do they have the time for the defuse? I think they maybe just barely get it off here.
0.42 seconds. Any longer, a hair longer, and Penn State win that round. But calculated from Fisher College here. They didn't even get it to half, and he was still able to get the full defuse. Very well played retake, but those flashes from Fun allowed Panda to do so much. You saw how they were working in tandem. Flash out of the smoke. Panda would turn around, look back, and get a kill here. But Penn State on a broken buy finally, right? It felt like they had rifles. It felt like they had the gun advantage consistently for the latter half of this map here. Whoa. Fun, though, picks up Isaiah with the Guardian.
Well, that was not what I was expecting to happen right there. Isaiah
That's an operator?
And he was definitely off on that one. Smokes go down. Nick has got himself the op again. This could be dangerous. Fisher College just when they were getting some momentum. Penn State stopped them in their tracks. Copy gets one back, evens it up. That is huge. Nick gets the operator, and Nick hits the floor. Puff.
Right here.
Try to do some damage here from this smoke. He is right in the middle of mid-market, but doesn't look like anyone has any eyes on him. Recon bolt out, doesn't find anyone. Willing to swing it just a little bit here. The approach is entirely through mid here. But Fisher College are split, 2 on each site.
Yeah, and it feels like Penn State only can go through market right now. They don't have the gun advantage, so they can't really kind of push through any of these sites in fear of just getting gunned down by these Vandals. Guardian in hand for Fun, though, and I don't know if you want to go towards the KJ Brado, their best member on Fisher College, having himself a field day right now. I think you pivot to A here. You do not go B.
Well, they're not listening to you this time.
Oh!
Season. Grab the old Torb here. Puff, he's got himself the operator and able to rip one down, but Copy gets one back here. Now the numbers advantage action from Penn State. Recon bolt reveal, but that might be time, Shibby, like you're saying here. Penn State looking like they'll get the round unless Copy can maybe make something happen here. He's got 3 under his belt and gets another one. Unbelievable.
It's like a scene from the Three Stooges. He's like, oh, I need to get to the door. Oh, it's closing. Oh, no. And it just... Copy picks it up. A quadra that round for him. A big, big step up. And you look at Brado. Look at Brado. He's just putting the team in the backpack saying, everybody get in. I will climb the mountain that is Penn State Bear here. And just nice couple rounds from Fisher. They've been close. They've been very, very knife's edge. But a win's a win regardless here. It doesn't matter how you win the round necessarily.
And they've completely stopped this Penn State Behrend freight train. The momentum was completely on their side. Remember, Fisher took these first 4 points. Penn State answered with 7 straight. And now Fisher College within 1. And they have got the momentum on their side. But Nick, fearless, he moves forward with the Vandal here. But the bomb is coming through B long. Coming through the old-fashioned way. There's some now. Brado continues his rampage. It's up to him. He's going to will Fisher College into a 2-0 if it kills him. But off the site here. Copy taken down. Puff grabs that one. Asher. Nice wall bang there. Brado gets yet another. He's still up. Asher goes down. It's a 3v2. Fisher College numbers advantage. Puff through the wall. Very nicely done. Brado is down. That is huge. Fun. Gonna start off the plan here for Penn State. A little bit of util going out. Does the flash drive fine. Smokes out. Oh, and he read him like a piano, Shibby. Puff gets 2. Penn State win.
Puff with a saucy spot. I mean, just absolutely beautiful, right? Picks up 2, repositions just a hair, and I don't know if Fisher College are communicating or what's happening. The moment Isaiah goes down, I feel like Supa should be swinging towards Puff here, but instead gets another repeat and just a big round from Puff. Brado might be having himself a game, but Penn State are just having themselves a really nice half.
No, they really are. Still up 2 here. They're not out of it just yet, Fisher College. Trying to make sure we don't, in fact, get to go to map 3 here. Penn State get a big round win there. Yeah, Fisher College looking is a little frazzled here, a little disjointed. As you said, Isaiah, he's got to be careful. Peeking this one, he's suspecting something's up here. Oh, gets 1, gets 2! Isaiah from behind! And now he's got the Blade Storm looking to click more heads, Shibby. It's 2 for Isaiah. Coming up clutch for Fisher College when they needed it most.
I feel like that Blade Storm might bite them in the end later on, because he picked up 2. The Blade Storm's not necessary, right? You don't need that there. That could have helped you for the economy. Maybe he was feeling himself. Maybe he expected a third person to kind of peek him, and he needed that mobility and the quick snappiness of those knives here. 2v5 for Fisher College, or for Penn State, sorry. Fisher College has the man advantage, but they're working up, and oh my God, turn around!
Copy! Oh, my heart leapt into my chest. We've all been there before. It's okay, but he came out on top, and Asher, a flawless round, caps it off for Fisher College.
And just when you think they look disjointed, they look a little sluggish, Fisher just popped themselves around like that, and that's what they were doing in map 1, right? Limiting the amount of space that Penn State has to work with, encroaching on Penn State's territory, and we saw Isaiah do it, come alive, get a double kill. And now Penn State has to be wary of the flank every single time. I don't think they've really been watching it that well, and they've kind of been lazy on it. And finally, Fisher College found that route, found that back door into Penn State to able to get those 2 kills. As Isaiah, with the op, doesn't know. Okay, never mind. Nick snuck in, but Nick unfortunately didn't know where Isaiah was. I thought Isaiah was going to get popped. Really well played from Fisher College here. Cuts down Penn State to 3.
Oh, my goodness. Isaiah doing his best Nick impression, but that's what you got to do on this map, on this agent, with this gun. When you get the op, you best not miss season. Got himself a nice little location here. KJ loves to sit back. Got the util around her, keeping her safe. There's nothing quite as comforting as German engineering. Puff. Takes it around the smoke. Recon bolt out. Finds 1. Oh my God. How did Supatai hit that? I think he really clicked on each one of his toes. Copy gets another one for Fisher College. 5-1. They are dominating this round. It's all up to Puff. You know exactly where he is.
Bombarding him.
Poor kid. I mean, I was half expecting someone to come up and knife him. He actually gets one back there unbelievably. I think that's what Brado would do. These guys take this. This dude's ankles are shattered into 1,000 million pieces. Let me come up and put a blade in his back.
You just got bombarded with, like, pieces of utility. I think I saw, like, 2 flashes, a paranoia, I think, and, like, it was just so much. The saving grace for Penn State here, as we are tied up 10-10 apiece, is that they've got 4 ultimates in the bank to work with. Season definitely wants to get in here, and there's nothing they can do about this lockdown. They've got to just kind of wait it out and play the retake. But Isaiah, what is this positioning? The man is on, Mount Rushmore right now.
Look, I want, but a very quick set of smokes here takes him completely out of it. Positioning there. Actually, it just kind of down, right? He didn't pop it on top of that, but it was enough to dissuade him from that position. Brado knows who's around the corner, but Fun peaks first. Fisher College getting their momentum rested here. Penn State able to get the plant down. And now you got to get creative here.
The
KJ
Supa
got
ult.
a nice position here. Yes, Supa.
Does he
That's
burn
a
it? Do they
no
play
command.
for the retake? Yeah, do they want to use it here, or do they want to save it for the next round? Isaiah picks up a kill. That should be the go button, yeah.
Yeah,
No
that's
command
huge.
gets taken, but Season!
Smoking right in. Copy gets one back there onto Fun. It's a fight on multiple here. Copy looking to bring it back for Fisher. Kalapatai contributing on his end. He needs his game. And Isaiah with the op. Fisher College. It's been a game of runs, Shibby. And Fisher College are taking advantage of theirs. 2 points to victory. Oh my goodness. I'm
What
just
a
shattered here for Penn
massive-
State, dude.
Yeah, I mean, look at it. They're on pistols and a prayer right now. That's literally all they're at. Fisher College are gonna go up 12. Bare minimum, it's gonna. I mean, Fisher College should go up to 12 given the weapon advantage. Hopefully, I didn't cast or curse them here, but we should go bare minimum into overtime, assuming that we can do our math, assuming that Fisher College just doesn't disconnect and get blinded all at the same time. Penn State are looking down the barrel, and they had so much control. They're just gonna jump in though.
My goodness, that is what I expected him to play with that advantage, but Nick able to get one with the Blade Storm. Still got a couple of knives here. Gonna smoke because, just in case, I guess.
Just in case. Yeah, just in case. You never know what's going to come out of there. Scary monsters as they sure are at a 4v4. They know Blade Storm is there, but Copy picks it up, and all the momentum in this round from Penn State deflated like a balloon.
I was gonna
Copy.
say, that's probably gonna prove to be the most important kill right there. The rest of this might just be dressing, right?
Yeah. Although, Copy keeping out, looking to see if there is a rotate going, seeing if Penn State's getting a little sneaky. Bomb is rotating over to B, but you look over there. That's Brado. Man, he's got that site on lockdown. Do you really want to go into the waiting arms of their best performing player right now? I said it before, and I'll say it again. I don't think that's the move. They're going to know you're here. They're going to start rotating. Brado's going to eat you up for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, Penn State.
And not quite on death's door, but they certainly are close. The momentum just completely ripped away from them. Fisher College reestablishing control on this map. Quick finger there from Asher to defuse any sort of threat there.
Look at where this Omen is placed right now. He's trying to look for something.
Supatai through the wall, able to get seasoned. The numbers advantage grows here, and Penn State dropping like flies. Unless a miracle from Fun is had here, we are going to match point. Asher through the wall. One more to go here. I think they got enough time. Yeah, I think they should be fine here. Fisher College willing to get everybody involved here. Don't, please. I built this up too much.
Don't worry. Don't worry. Asher just trying to get that ult orb or ultimate point there. Does have the Hunter's Fury in hand. If you take a look right now, this is the round for Penn State, right? Whether obviously it's match point, don't get me wrong, but this is where they have to really let loose. Puff has the Hunter's Fury ready. We've got Season with that lockdown. He's been holding it for quite a while right now, and I felt like they should have popped it sooner because Asher didn't have the Hunter's Fury to respond. But once they throw that down, Asher's just going to let it loose. He's just going to destroy the lockdown there. I feel like small blunder from Penn State might just swing this game into Fisher's hands.
Supatai knows there's quite a few. Able to detect 3 there. Season. Like you said, it's kind of now or never. There it is.
Yep, there you
the
go.
Lockdown, and there's the Hunter's Fury in response. Gonna rip right through it, and down it goes.
Ult for ult. Ult for ult, right? But that's a big pushing tool for Penn State. You're okay if you're Silva and you're using your Hunter's Fury to take that down. Because you
100%.
know you've got the site on lockdown. Isaiah still with this operator in hand. He's got a gun ready to go as well. He was prepared to win this round. Uh-oh.
Hang on a second here. I know where he is, or I know that he's around. Gotta have one watching this smoker. Isaiah's gonna do some damage from behind. Gets through, the door goes down, able to rip right through it. Let's see whether he decides to take that. Penn State, the 3v3. Plant going through here. Asher,
what a
with
nice
the shock dart. That is fantastic. And now the Hunter's Fury
He's
in
gonna TP.
response here. He gets nothing out of it. Isaiah looking to put the finishing touches on this one. The lockdown going out as well on the other side. He's got the Blade Storm popping for the vibes, man.
Uh-oh. A 1v2. Huff can do it. The bomb is on A site, but they've got the turret. They've got the double swing. You cannot mess this up, Fisher College. Do not give him the round here. As Brado, the best performing player on Fisher College, puts the bow on top of this series. A massive, massive performance coming out from him. And Fisher College, when things look darkest, when it looked bleak, they find the light in the tunnel, and they are able to close it out 2-0 here. Valiant effort from Penn State, though. They made it a match. They made it exciting. And I was surprised because you heard us, I was talking a little bit offline when we were in the break. I was like, oh, Penn State just don't look like they're up to it. It feels like Fisher College might just steamroll them. It's 13-10, man. Like, that's a close game. Could have swung in anyone's favor.
Yeah, just a couple of blunders. I mean, with the benefit of hindsight, obviously, but you look at that lockdown, right, being held on when you didn't have to trade that 1-for-1, and you saw when Penn State, or when Fisher rather, got an inch in that last round, they took a mile, a couple of huge ultimates in response, but they did look just a cut above when they were in control. But like you said, an extremely valiant effort from Penn State. Watching them in map 1, I didn't think they had that in them. In map 2, just completely dominated on both sides of the ball, able to carry the momentum from attacking into defending. And yeah, no, but Fisher, right, looking just a cut above. They take it 2-0 here and move into sole possession of second place, distancing themselves from the pack, getting closer to that playoff lock territory. And yeah, Shibby, I don't know if we've got an interview on the other side.
Do we have an interview? No interview. Not at all. We do not have an interview for Y4. Next up, though, we've got, I believe, Overwatch 2 tomorrow, right? Or is that today? Today,
Huge.
We've got Overwatch 2 right after 4x4. I'm going to let you do the outro and the transition because I'm not really that good at it.
You're implying that I am, so here we go. For our producer, for Colton, for everybody involved at ECAC making this happen, for giving us the opportunity to hopefully do these programs and their efforts today. Justice, GG's, Fisher College take it 2-0. It is their 4th win of the season, while Penn State Behrend, after a valiant effort on Ascent, do fall down to 2-3. For all those people I've mentioned, that's been Shibby. I've been 4x4. Thank you so much for being here. Stick around for Overwatch 2. Otherwise, have a great rest of your Tuesday night.